Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something really vital if you're a nurse in Maharashtra, India. We're talking about registration with the Maharashtra Nursing Council, the MNC. We've been looking at their document, Importance of Registration and Why It's Essential for You.
Yeah, and it's way more than just, ticking a box.
Exactly. It's not just paperwork.
That's right. This isn't just navigating bureaucracy. It's really the foundation for a solid, rewarding nursing career in the state.
So our aim today is to unpack the MNC, what registration involves, and the significant benefits it offers nurses.
Consider this your essential guide, really. Understanding this part of your career is crucial.
Okay, let's get right into it then. What exactly is the Maharashtra Nursing Council? We hear MNC, but what does it actually do?
So the MNC is the official regulatory body for nursing, specifically in Maharashtra.
Right.
It was set up under the Maharashtra Nurses Act. That's the law that basically gives it its power and spells out its duties.
And its main purpose.
Yeah. Its core goal, and this is really key, is to regulate nursing practice, to make sure standards are met, kept consistent.
Okay.
Ultimately, it's about protecting the public, ensuring patients get safe, competent care from qualified nurses.
Makes sense. So how does it actually regulate things? What are its responsibilities?
Well, they have several main jobs.
Yeah.
First, and this is central to our chat today, they issue and maintain the professional registration for nurses.
The official list, basically.
Exactly. Who's qualified to practice? Second, they approve nursing courses and the schools offering them, making sure the training's up to scratch.
Okay.
They also look after, ongoing professional standards, making sure nurses keep up their skills and knowledge. And they regulate conduct to ethical practice.
So when a nurse gets registered, that's the state saying, yes, this person is competent to practice nursing here.
Precisely. That registration is the official stamp. It validates your skills, your qualifications to work as a nurse within Maharashtra.
All right. Clear picture of the MNC itself now. Let's dig into why this registration is so critical for nurses. The document lists several big benefits. Legal protection comes up first. That sounds, fundamental.
It absolutely is. Fundamentals is the right word. MNC registration gives you legal recognition. It's your official right to practice nursing in the state.
Not just a piece of paper.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And the document is very clear. Practicing nursing in Maharashtra without being registered is illegal.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and that can lead to pretty serious legal trouble, something every nurse obviously wants to avoid.
Absolutely. I mean, after all that training, the last thing you want are legal problems stopping you from working. Okay, next benefit. Professional credibility. How does registration boost that?
Well, think about it from an employer's point of view, or even a patient's. Having that MNC registration immediately tells them you've met the state standards, it boosts your professional standing, it shows you adhere to what's expected.
Right, it's like a quality mark they recognize.
Exactly. A benchmark for competence and professionalism within the state's healthcare system.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, moving on to something very practical. Career opportunities. The document implies registration is almost essential for getting hired.
Yeah, that's largely the case. Most hospitals, clinics, healthcare facilities across Maharashtra, they require MNC registration just to get hired.
So without it, your job options are really limited.
Severely limited, yeah. It directly impacts your ability to get that first nursing job, but also to move up later on.
Ah, okay. So it's not just about getting in the door.
No, definitely not. Think about specialized roles, maybe in cardiac care or neonatal units. In Maharashtra, those often specifically require active MNC registration just to even apply.
Right, so you could be locked out of those advancements without it.
Precisely. And it also ties into career advancement. The MNC often provides or points you towards specialized training, workshops, development resources.
Things only registered nurses can access.
Often, yes. Being registered opens those doors. It helps you stay current with, the latest trends and practices and supports your career growth.
That's a huge point. Healthcare changes so fast, continuous learning is key. The document also mentions job security. How does registration help there?
Registered nurses are generally seen as, more valuable by employers. Their qualifications are validated. They've met the state requirements.
So they're seen as proven professionals.
Exactly. That official recognition often means more job security.
Right.
And as the document points out, often better pay compared to those who aren't registered or, can't legally practice.
Okay. And the final point mentioned is ethical practice. How does registration connect to that?
The MNC sets and promotes high standards for patient care, for ethical behavior, for overall professionalism.
Right.
By requiring registration and having the power to oversee conduct, the council helps make sure registered nurses stick to those high ethical principles. It's all about patient safety and quality care, really.
These are all really strong arguments for prioritizing registration. Now, the MNC document speaks directly to nurses about why understanding all this is crucial for them. What's the main takeaway there?
I think a big part is just awareness. They know some nurses might not fully get how deeply registration impacts their whole career.
See it as just admin, maybe?
Exactly. Just a hurdle to jump. But it's so much more foundational than that. It affects your standing, your opportunities, everything.
Right. Definitely not just ticking a box.
No. And tied to that is avoiding legal issues. They really stress the danger of practicing without registration. It's not a small thing. It can seriously damage your career, your future job prospects.
It sounds like being proactive is key then.
Absolutely. They encourage everyone, new grads, experienced nurses, check your registration status, make sure it's current, don't wait for a problem.
And it's not just about avoiding the bad stuff, right? It's about enabling the good stuff too.
Precisely. The document highlights how registration empowers your career. It unlocks doors to further education, training, promotions, things you might just miss out on otherwise.
So you're actively investing in your own growth by being registered.
You really are. It's about taking control, making informed choices about your professional journey.
So understanding this helps nurses take charge.
Yes, exactly. Take ownership of your career path, secure your future in Maharashtra's healthcare system, recognize your value as a registered professional.
Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive then. What's the single most important message for nurses about MNC registration?
The core takeaway is, this is not just red tape. It's a fundamental legal requirement to practice nursing in Maharashtra, and it's deeply connected to your professional growth, your job security, and your ethical commitment.
And let's just quickly run through those key benefits again.
Sure, we covered the crucial legal protection it offers.
Right.
Enhanced professional credibility, how employers and patients see you. Many more career opportunities, both getting started and advancing.
Access to resources?
Exactly. Access to training and development resources, better job security, often better pay. And finally, upholding those high standards of ethical practice and quality patient care.
Okay. Something really important to consider them, especially for nurses listening in Maharashtra today. Think about the limits, the actual risks of not having this registration, and maybe reflect on how being proactive about your MNC registration, keeping it current, understanding why it matters, can really shape your success and your impact long-term in nursing there.